Greetings, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know if to be happy or sad to be making known to the inhabitants of this world that today is the last day of Pentecost, which our Creator has allowed us to see before the Great Tribulation begins. We are now living in the 121st Jubilee since the time of Adam. In the first week of that Jubilee, in the third year of that week. And today is the 15th day of the third month. The date on the Gregorian calendar is January 21, 2026. On this day, it is fitting that we should remember the earliest recorded event at which our Creator commanded mankind to observe the day of Pentecost. That event took place on the 27th Jubilee since the time of Adam. In the 5th week of that Jubilee, in the 6th year of that week, on the first day of the third month. 4 days before that event, on the 27th day of the second month, Noah and 7 other people walked out of the ark. They were the only human beings to survive the greatest calamity ever to befall mankind. 4 days later, on the day of that event, Noah presented an offering before our Creator. And on that day, our Creator made a covenant with Noah that never again would he bring upon this world a flood such as Noah had just survived. On that day, Noah swore an oath before our Creator that neither he nor his descendants, that is us, would ever eat blood. On that day, our Creator commanded Noah and his descendants after him to renew the covenant that they had just made once a year on the in the third month. Whenever we observe the day of Pentecost, on a day such as this, the 15th day of the third month, we are renewing that covenant. This is all recorded for us in the book of Jubilees, chapters 5 and 6. There is no question that the day of Pentecost is of great importance to our Creator. 6 occurrences, not including that which took place at the time of Noah, attest to this truth. Number 1, the day on which our Creator informed Abraham that his heir would come from his own body was the first day of the third month. Number 2, the day on which our Creator informed Abraham that his descendants would be slaves to a foreign nation and would return to the land of Canaan 400 years later was in the middle of the third month. Number 3, the day on which Isaac was born to Abraham and Sarah was in the middle of the third month. Number 4, the day on which our Creator gave Jacob the go-ahead to join his son Joseph in Egypt was in the middle of the third month. Number 5, the day on which our Creator called Moses to go up Mount Sinai was in the middle of the third month. Number 6, the day that the Holy Spirit came upon the disciples of Jesus was in the middle of the third month. But what has all this to do with the Great Tribulation? The Great Tribulation will last 42 months. The count of those 42 months begins on November 7th, 2026. That is the first day in the second half of the week of years that we are now in. That week of years began on May 13, 2023. The first day of the second half of any week of years is always the first day of the first month. And November 7, 2026 is not an exception. At the same time, every week of years begins at the start of a year, and all years start in the 7th month. That means that the first month in any week of years is always the 7th month on the Enoch calendar. In the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verses 11 and 12, an angel informs Daniel that from the time that the daily sacrifice is taken away until and the abomination that makes desolate is set up, there will be 1,290 days. And blessed is he who waits and comes to the 1,335th day. The number of days from the midpoint of any week of years until the 15th day of the following week of years is always 1,290. And the number of days from the midpoint of any week of years until the first day of the third month in the following week of years is always 1,335 days. Those two dates, the 15th day of the first month and the first day of the third month, mirror the dates of certain events which took place during the exodus of the children of Israel out of Egypt. The Israelites departed Egypt on the 15th day of the 10th month in the Enoch calendar and arrived in Mount Sinai on the first day of the third month since leaving Egypt. In the book of Exodus chapter 12 and verses 1 and 2, our Creator directs Moses and Aaron to reckon the month in which they left Egypt as their first month. That means that the 10th month on the calendar of Enoch was, for the Israelites, the first month. By that reckoning, the Israelites left Egypt on the 15th day of the first month and got to Mount Sinai on the first day of the third month. Exodus chapter 12 is the reason why the Israelites commemorate the Exodus in the first month during the Passover, and also the reason why the Ten Commandments are deemed to have been given at the time of Pentecost during the third month, even though in actuality they were given in the 12th month of the Enoch calendar. And so it seems, ladies and gentlemen, that just as the plagues of Egypt came to an end when the Israelites departed Egypt on the 15th day of the 10th month, which was for them the first month, during the first Exodus, so will the plagues of the Great Tribulation come to an end when the Israelites depart all the countries where our Creator has scattered them on the 15th day of the first month during the second Exodus. And just as the Israelites were blessed who made it to Mount Sinai on the first day of the third month and participated in the covenant which our Creator made there, and just as the survivors of the flood of Noah were blessed who made it to the first day of the third month and participated in the covenant which our Creator made with them then, so will the Israelites be blessed who make it to the first day of the third month, because they will participate in the new covenant which our Creator promises to make with them at that time. That promise is recorded in the book of Ezekiel chapter 20 and verses 34 to 38, among other places. The date of the 15th day of the first month, in which the Israelites will depart the many nations where they are scattered, is May 18, 2030. And the date of the first month, the first day of the third month, is July 3rd, 2030. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what I believe to be the correct interpretation of Daniel chapter 12, verses 11 and 12. Please share that interpretation with any person you know who is looking forward to participating in the second Exodus. I appreciate very much your time and attention. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.